Okay, so I've never done this before. This is my first time putting a podcast episode into a YouTube video, so hopefully this does not suck. And I'll see if in the future I can do better. As long as this one doesn't suck, I'll see if I can do it in the future. But hello everybody. So some of you may know me from my YouTube channel, some of you may know me from my podcast. My podcast is Typical Teenager, same as my YouTube channel. So, my most recent podcast episode was on Women's History Month and International Women's Day. So the title of this video is going to be Women's History Month and International Women's Day, because a lot of the people that are being recognized are not biological women, they are trans women. And me personally, I know this is going to spark a huge debate, and honestly, I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter to me. If you guys want to try and argue with me, go for it. But I know I'm right, so probably not the best thing to say. However, I'm Christian, so that's what I believe. And also biology, I'm in AP Bio, so I think I have a little more background on this. But, so, again, I don't believe that you can be trans. I think that there are two genders only, male and female. You are either one or the other. You are not, like, born in the wrong body. If you are a man, you are a man. You are built the way you were supposed to be built. If you are a woman, you are built the way you're supposed to be built. So for me personally, I actually thought I was trans, I'd say about a year and a half ago, because whenever I would like cut my hair, and I like to have my hair like here. My mom didn't want me to cut it any shorter because she said if I cut it too short I was gonna look like a boy. I didn't realize why until she made the comment about how like I have more of a masculine face. I should say more of a boyish face, not masculine. I also have I put on muscle faster than a lot of girls my age, and it really bothered me and it really upset me, and I didn't know how to cope with that, and I didn't know how to deal with that because I thought I was gonna be like super skinny and super like my entire life, because that's how almost every other single girl that I knew was built. And so it was a shock to me when I put on weight and I put on muscle, and then along with like curves, it was really, the whole thing was throwing me off. And my voice, I would say, is a little deeper than most girls, so I really thought I was trans, but I realized I'm just a girl who has a little more masculine features. And I was always so much of a tomboy growing up too. Like, I went through this phase where I would wear dresses all the time. I would wear dresses a lot, and I wanted to like do my makeup. I was that girl that would run around in dresses and be like, "You can't catch me, I'm so fast." I was such a pick-me as a kid. It's horrible. Anyway, getting a little off topic, but yeah, so I don't agree with the idea of being trans, and I think it should go back to being treated as like a mental illness, because I mean that's really all it is. But that being said, let's get into this episode. So basically, I'm gonna be talking about how it's supposed to be in like Women's Month and International, well actually last month, so this is late. April is actually Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and we will get into that next episode, maybe next video. We'll see. International Women's Day was like a month ago. So that's great, except for the fact that women were not recognized, and that'll be later in the episode. So what I hate is that it was supposed to be International like Women's Day and Women's Month, but men are still finding a way to like be on top and take over. And I'm sure that's gonna bother a lot of people, and honestly, if it does, I ask that you just finish this video or go listen to my podcast episode and just hear me out. So yeah, we are going to be listening to a trans YouTuber. So that's gonna be interesting. So I'm doing this so you guys can see my visible reaction to these videos because these videos really bother me. So, to start off, I want to clarify, what is a woman? What makes men and women different? So the definition of a woman is an adult female. That's it. That's the definition. And the differences between men and women are that men are typically larger, heavier, and stronger than women. Men are also more logical, analytical, and rational, while women are more intuitive, holistic, creative, and integrative. So girls also mature faster than boys. If you notice, you will see a 12-year-old girl, oftentimes maybe 14, acting more mature than like a 17-year-old boy. It's because girls mature faster than boys. But these are just a few differences. However, there are more, and we will get into some of those later. And I will put websites and links and whatever I use in the description, in the comments. I'm not sure yet, most likely the description, so you guys can go through, watch what videos I'm watching, look at what websites I'm looking at to see where I'm getting all my information from. Also, I will say it's really hard to get information because it's like there's not going to be information like I'm giving you. It's not going to be that popular. This video is probably not going to be super popular, and if it is, it's going to get a lot of hate because of what I'm talking about, because this subject is so conforming. I'm not going along with what everybody else is saying, where everybody else is saying, yeah, you do you believe what you want to believe. You're doing great, sweetheart. I'll stand here and support you. I'm saying, no, get rid of that. All of this needs to be gone. We need to start treating these things as mental illnesses again and get Gen Z, really, all of these generations now, we need to get ourselves back on track. Otherwise, we are going to destroy ourselves. Yeah. Those, puberty blockers and hormone blockers and surgeries that take away who you are, you're not going to be able to have kids. No matter what the doctors tell you, you're not going to be able to have kids. And I don't understand why people are doing this. It's not tested on enough. Nobody knows. But doctors have come forward and admitted it will permanently damage you and you will not be able to have kids. This is taking off of previous episodes as well. So, but yeah. I think this whole, trans, you can believe whatever you want to believe, needs to stop. Because we say, oh, I can be a boy. Okay, well then I can also say that I'm transracial. There's something called transabled, which is basically you feel like you're disabled, so it's a whole mess. And again, pulling from previous episodes, it's opening a door that we're not going to be able to shut unless we stop it now. People need to start speaking up about this because this is getting ridiculous. So, another interesting thing. Feminism claims oh, men and women are the same, we should be paid equally, we should be able to do the same things because we are the same. But for the trans movement, people say, no, men and women are very different. We're very different. And they also say, the trans community also says, clothing does not define gender. But then they use looks and clothing to define gender. It's oh, look at me, I'm a girl, I wear dresses, heels, makeup, and I like my hair long, and I do my nails. Okay, that doesn't make you a girl. That's just fun things that girls do. You will never have the experiences that girls have. You can make your face as feminine as you want. You can put on as much makeup as you want. You are still not going to be a woman. Same with me. If I cut off all my hair, I chop off certain body parts, and I start wearing men's clothes. That doesn't make me a man. I start going to the gym and working out every day, all day of the week. I mess with girls for fun. Doesn't make me a boy. Not every guy does that, so you see the point. So, but again, I just think it's interesting that men still find a way to climb to the top. So, like I said, we're going to watch some videos, more listen. Again, I'll post them, I'll put the links in the description if you guys want to go watch them yourselves. But we are going to watch a trans YouTuber named Dylan Mulvaney. I'm sure by this point you guys have heard of Dylan Mulvaney. He is on Bud Light cans, I think. There are lots of memes going around of like, this is what happens when you drink Bud Light, and they're like trans. They like transition to the other gender, and haha. It's interesting. For sure, it's interesting. So, he recently reached his year 1 of girlhood, but we're gonna start through day 1 and we're gonna skip through some. We have quite a few to get through, so yeah, let's get started. Okay, this is day 1 of being a woman. If it'll load. Ugh, it's not loading. Why is it not loading? Okay.
Day 1 of being a girl, and I have already cried 3 times. I wrote a scathing email that I did not send. I ordered dresses online that I couldn't afford. And then when someone asked me how I was, I said, I'm fine, when I wasn't fine. So, how'd I do, ladies? Good?
No, not good. Honestly, it was offensive. Because, you know, as an actual woman, so I hate wearing dresses, okay? They make me uncomfortable. I feel really weird wearing them. I feel like they don't look right on me. They don't, bleh. No, hate wearing dresses. I do not sit around shopping all day. I do not write scathing emails that I don't send. Dude, if I'm gonna say something, I'm gonna say it. Otherwise, I'm going to keep it to myself. Or like, you know, I have this Google Doc thing where it's like things I can't say to these people because I don't talk to them anymore. That's different. Well, not really. It's not scathing emails, but it's just letters of what this person did, how they made me feel. Teensy bit different. Teensy bit different. Crying, how many times you cry throughout a day does not make you male or female, and honestly, I think it's really stupid that men are seen as weak and not manly if they cry or show any emotion that isn't like macho man, like, oh, I'm a man. Men can cry. Crying doesn't make you a woman. Clearly Dylan does not know that because he claims that in order to cry, you have to be a girl. But you won't walk past someone, see them cry, and be like, oh, that's a girl. That's definitely a girl. I will probably say this over and over and over again, but this is just a caricature of women, and it's offensive. Apparently this is the defining features of women. That's great. Okay, moving on. Day 12. Oh my gosh.
Day 12 of being a girl, and I just picked up some tampons, and y'all are probably thinking, Dylan, where are you gonna put those? They're not for me. But this last weekend, I was in the restroom, and the girl in the stall next to me was like, hey, do you have a tampon? And I froze. I was like, sorry, no. But in that moment, I decided, you know what? I'm always gonna have one on hand for anyone who needs it. You come over to my house and we're having a glass of wine, I got a tampon for you. We're in the club together and then we go to the bathroom, I got a tampon for you. Women supporting women. Love ya.
It's not women supporting women when you're not a woman. Wow. So, that's weird. That's weird. Because you're not an actual woman. But I can tell you, from an actual woman, I have this little bag where I have different kinds of pads and tampons. And I bring it with me everywhere. I used to bring it with me everywhere, I should say that. And it was for, like, if a girl came up to me and was like, hey, do you have anything I started? I'm like, yeah. Let me grab my bag. It's like a little bag. It's like this big. I hand it to them. I say, here you go. Take what you need. Just bring it back to me. And they say, okay. That's different because I'm an actual woman handing it to other actual women. Now, if I get a boyfriend, we're dating for a few months, and he realizes that I'm not that good at, like, preparing anymore, like, and he, you know, packs them for me, That's sweet, and that's so different. But pretending to be a woman and then carrying around like pads and tampons specifically, that's weird. I also hate tampons. I don't wear them. I bring them for other people because I know some people have a preference. Each to their own. I don't like. I don't care. I've worn both. I usually wear tampons if I'm doing like sports or something, but otherwise I will use pads. So that was day 12. We're gonna go to day 66.
Day 66, being a girl, and today I'm in nature. Trees, I love them. Water, lakes, I love them. Heels, they're my hiking heels. I love them.
No girl wears hiking heels.
Bridges, love them. Coconut water, love it. Not mad, just love it.
Coconut water sounds
Wind
nasty.
turbine, love it. Meadows, love them. I'm scared of getting Lyme disease.
Y'all, I have like no space on my phone, so it keeps like, you need to delete stuff. So anyway, Valentine's Day. I got a lot of cute stuff. Moving on. Yeah, I wonder how many people said no off camera though. Okay, trying to see. Day 365. We're gonna skip one of the videos because it's just like a promo video for his big like performance. That was March 13th, and it was just him like, I'm a girl. Year one of girlhood. This one.
I just announced my big Day 365 of Girlhood show, and you're probably wondering, Dylan, what is this? What can we expect? How do we get tickets? Well, let me fill you in. So, I started a plan for Day 365 back in November, and I knew that I wanted it to be more than just some party. Flash forward to a team of Broadway producers meeting with me, and we came up with this epic full-on musical event with singing and an orchestra and comedy and special guests. And a lot of you don't know this, but I toured in a Broadway musical before I transitioned, and I can't think.
Seems a little suspicious. He's performed on Broadway, he's performed, and he's still performing? This is probably his biggest show yet.
I can't think of a better way than to celebrate Day 365 than being the first time I'm on stage as a woman. And here's where you come in, is being live streamed, gorgeously live streamed, and tickets are in my bio. And the question is, are there in-person tickets? And the answer is no, because the room is so small that there will just be me and the cameras, some of my loved ones, a few trans people. So that's why we went the live streaming route. It would mean the world to me if you bought a ticket. They're $5 each, and all the profits go to the Trevor Project, which provides support for LGBTQ youth. So it's a really good cause, and I'm just trying to raise as much money as possible. So even if you can't make it that night, buying a ticket would help. And this way, you can watch it from anywhere in your time zone with your family or in your pajamas, or maybe you get a group of friends together and you get all dolled up. I mean, the possibilities are endless. But this is just, it's my dream come true, and I really want to share this with you. So let me know if you have any questions, and I love ya.
Okay. Okay. I don't like the Trevor Project. I don't like it. Now, I know I've heard the comments about like, oh, but if we don't support trans kids, they're gonna kill themselves. I heard this really good point the other day, and I want you guys to hear me out. What if kids are not killing themselves, kids are killing themselves not because they're not getting the validation they need or feel they need, but because we're teaching kids that their validation comes from other people. And that's not the case. Your validation, sorry, I'm gonna get religious here. I don't really need to apologize, but I know it's gonna be annoying to some people. Your validation should come from God. Your identity should come from God. And when you put it in other people, this is what happens. Kids go off and they kill themselves because they feel like they're not good enough. So I think instead of telling kids your validation comes from other people, we should be telling kids your validation comes from God. Or, if you don't want to be religious, your validation does not need to come from other people. Other people have opinions, they're entitled to those opinions. However, your validation and self-worth should not come from those opinions, or should be swayed from those opinions. So I saw this parody that I thought was real, but then I saw that it was a parody. And it's sad because it's like, it's mostly true. Let's just listen. So.
Two of being a girl, and these are some ways that I like to affirm my gender. The first thing I like to do is eat a lot of hot sauce because it makes blood come out of my brown Barbie hole and it gives me lots of gender euphoria.
It says, remember trans girls get periods too? No. Again, this is a parody, but...
And it makes me feel like a girl. The next way I like to affirm my gender is by going into the women's restroom. There's nothing like an 8-year-old girl seeing my Barbie wand in a changing room that reminds me of how much of a girl I am. It makes me feel especially euphoric when women avoid me because I just know they're jealous of my divine feminine Barbie energy. Because I know for a fact it's not because they think I'm a man. I mean, look how much pink I'm wearing.
So, you guys can't see, but actually, you know what, I'm just gonna turn the camera on so you guys can see. Sad but true. Alright, International Women's Day. Men still getting it. Y'all, it did it again. Ugh. Anyway, so ignore the fact that I changed locations. Anyway, International Women's Day was, again, a month ago, and it's just interesting to me that men still find a way to be the center of attention and, you know, on top. So I found this website that says, quote, in honor of International Women's Day, we would like to spotlight 3 trans women who we believe deserve more recognition. If you haven't yet, please go follow these incredible women on their social media platforms. Bruh, for real? These are not real women. This is what I mean by men still coming out on top and being the center of attention. So, these women, yeah, first of all, we are instead of celebrating actual women, we are celebrating delusional, offensive, misogynistic men. These women are Dylan Mulvaney, of course, Yasmin Finney, and Alina Khan. Now, you might be wondering, how is being a trans woman misogynistic? Well, let me tell you, misogyny is a form of sexism, and sexism is a stereotype. And trans women are stereotypes and caricatures of what they believe women are. So, that being said, trans women are misogynistic, whether or not they do it on purpose. So, that being said, you know what frustrates me? Women's sports. Why? Because men come in saying, oh, I'm trans, they come in and they kick ass. Literally destroy these women. Why? Because men have an advantage. You don't see women going into men's sports and like literally wiping out the competition. No, because men have an advantage, but nobody's going to admit it. Nobody's going to admit it. Nobody's going to admit it. So, that's all the information I have. Yet another topic that's extremely frustrating to me. I think all in all, this is a good episode. It's a good test run. Good test run. I think I got my point across very clearly. I understand if this upsets people, but honestly, I don't care. The truth needs to be spoken. If nobody else is gonna do it, I'll do it. Because I'm getting really sick and tired of seeing this. But yeah. Thank you guys if you made it this far, thank you guys for watching. If you've also listened to my podcast episode, that's awesome. Thanks. If you know me from my podcast, check out my YouTube channel while you're here. And if you know me from my YouTube channel, you should go check out my podcast. It's pretty entertaining, and yeah. So, thank you for watching. and I will see you guys next video. Again, I will put the links to everything that I've used in this episode or this video in the description or the comments. Most likely the comments because there's a lot. But thank you, and I'll see you guys next time.